Andrew Berry's a sly man. He knows what he's doing. So yesterday, he was on NFL Network, and he was at a very important event. He was at the Ozzie Newsome Summit discussing a lot of front office, general managers, minorities in the NFL, and it sounded like it's a great event. So he jumps on NFL Network to talk to Judy Battista, to talk to Ian Rappaport, Mike Garafolo, and you know they had all these litany of questions, right? And like, oh, we're going to try to trip up Andrew Berry, and there's a lot of news going on with the Cleveland Browns. Andrew Berry is a genius. He is an absolute genius. So just when I think, yeah, we'll get a Cooper question, we'll get a Chubb question, we'll get something on Deshaun Watson, Berry goes, watch this. I see what you're going to ask, and I know what I'm going to say. There's still a few little things that I picked up from Andrew Berry, and I did tweet about one yesterday. And shout out to Ryan on Twitter. Not that Ryan, another Ryan. And he goes, come on, Matt, you're really going to read into that? And I go, I think he had a little slip. So when I say he's a sly man, as good as his record is at drafting players, his record of not letting things slip is near immaculate. Gets a damn grid later. But I think he might have had a little slip when it comes to Amari Cooper. We'll play that. We'll hear from Andrew Berry. Big announcement yesterday. Gee, great. We're back on Hard Knocks. Fantastic. Woo. I'm going to rip into that in the worst way possible. I think the NFL has screwed this up so bad when it comes to Hard Knocks. So we'll discuss that. We'll get to our 2 for Tuesday on if you care if the Browns are on Hard Knocks. NBA season done. Painful playoffs from start to finish. Celtics taking on down last night. What a horrible finals. I really think. I thought about this for our second 2 for Tuesday, Ryan. Do you think this was a good playoff run for the NBA? I'm talking about from game one of those series. Utter crap.
Nope.
Utter crap from the NBA, but that's not their fault. But today's a big day. It opens things up. The Cavs can talk to Donovan Mitchell. They can talk to Evan Mobley. He'll talk to Isaac Okoro. So we'll get some Cavs guards. We got to get this series, buddy.
Big series.
Big series. Good team in town with Seattle. We saw their plane here at Burke. It's still here. Send them back on that plane, losing 2 out of 3. That's what I asked for. We'll get to our boost coming up. We got the bracket. We got the grid, the morning update, time up. We got it all for you right here on a 2 for Tuesday on Big Play. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am Matt Fontana. He is Ryan Tyler. Good morning. A lot to get to over the next 2 hours. Drop us a follow if you can. Can I do some house cleaning things real quick before we start? Do you like cleaning?
I find it therapeutic.
Yeah, I like cleaning. There's certain things I mind, but I don't. What's your least favorite chore to do at home? Unloading the dishwasher. I take that back. Laundry.
Cleaning the windows.
Oh, I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all.
I enjoy unloading the dishwasher.
A dishwasher's fine. Laundry, if I could pay somebody to never do laundry, like I never had to do laundry again in my life. So my buddy told me this in college. He goes, his parents unfortunately got divorced. And he goes, his dad was living the bachelor life. And he goes, he obviously had a well-off job. He never did laundry for 15 years. He just took everything to the dry cleaner. Like once a week, took a bag, dropped it off at the dry cleaner. And I go, goals.
That's more of a hassle.
You got to just drive and pick it up. What do you mean?
I could just stay in my house and put it in my laundry.
You don't got to fold it.
My washing machine.
Your washing machine. You don't got to fold it. You don't have to do it. I hate line, especially with kids. Now it's even worse. You got to spray everything down. There's stains on everything, but whatever. So let me do some house cleaning to start. We got a lot of Browns coming up. Number one, follow us. Twitter, X, at Matt Fontana Show. YouTube channels, Matt Fontana Show. Twitch channel, Matt Fontana Show. And Instagram for all the reels. On X, you will see our giveaway for the Immaculate Grid. Ryan and I completed it last week. All you have to do is retweet that tweet and reply with your favorite player. We've got gifts. We've got pictures. That's all acceptable. And we're going to give you a merch package. We have the Quan t-shirt and a few other things from us here at Big Play. So all you got to do is retweet that. We'll pick the winner on Friday, and we'll DM you the stuff. So that'll be great. So check that out there. Also want to make mention of our Garage Beer promotion, which is going on. So obviously, Garage Beer's been in the news a lot lately. Go follow them on Twitter. Drink Garage Beer. And then they have a promotion going for the summer, correct, Ryan?
Yes,
with you got it up. Oh, right there. Perfect.
Show us your meat, Matt.
Yeah, that's it. Show us the meat. And they already got some good responses. Show some meat on your grill with a Garage Beer. Tweet that at them, and you're going to be able to enter to win a great package with our friends at Heinen's, correct? A grill? Who doesn't want a new grill, man?
Yes, sir.
I need to clean my grill.
A Garage Beer apron. I want one of those.
Oh, you need a good apron. You need a good apron while you're grilling out there. So check that out with our friends at Garage Beer. Just go follow them, Drink Garage Beer on Twitter, and you can get entered to go win that contest right there, which is great. And so, again, we got our contest going on. They got theirs going on. And the final housekeeping item before we talk Browns, we didn't do our boost yet. Does anybody have an idea? Quickly, and I'm talking about, like, in this moment, send us what you want.
We need to know who's going to hit a dong today.
Oh, yeah, we got to go yard.
An absolute
Do you like
dong.
the Guardians minus a run and a half against the Mariners?
Well, if I think they're going to win, and based on your
my favorite statistic,
stat, I would take the minus 1.5.
So that's plus 150. So that even tells you, like, it's not something outlandish. So, all right, let's start with that.
And McKenzie goes over strikeouts every single game.
So do you want to do 5?
Yeah, well, it might be 6.5 now, honestly.
See, that's what I'm saying. He keeps getting strikeouts, so I'm worried about that. Anybody got a feel for a dong?
Who's going to hit an absolute tank?
All right,
Speaking of meats, who's going to hit a dong today?
All right, wait. Guards, we're sending this right now to Tipico, so we need if you have one, quickly tweet it at us or get on the YouTube comments. Guards minus a run and a half over McKenzie strikeouts.
And nobody say Austin Hedges or Rocchio, please, or
do you imagine if you imagine what our boost would be if we put Rocchio in there and he hit it? Who do you like? Jimenez? Is David Fry in the lineup?
He's got to be today.
Do you want to go Fry? Little boost for the All-Star game?
He's got to be in it, right?
I like Fry then. I
got to make sure he's in the lineup.
See, but that's the problem is we got to still do this. Yeah. We still got to do this. Like, we have to send it now. Hang on. Send it right now. Nick Padone and Tipico. Boom, done. All right, guards minus the run and a half over McKenzie strikeouts. Fry home run.
I don't know. I just got an email from the Guardians that says wanted Andres Jimenez in Arlington. That might be a sign.
I mean, they need to send. Okay, Andres Jimenez is not going to the All-Star game, but that's fine. We got updates yesterday. We'll run through that later. I'm feeling the Fry yard, man.
All right, that's fine with me.
Send it. Done. Check that out. Tipico, use that code Fontana150. Ooh, Mike with a good one. Quan 2 hits. But we got to put a home run in these. We're pushing the home run boost this month. Quan 2 hits is almost like, almost guaranteed at this point. But I like the McKenzie strikeouts, too. You can always create your own parlay. We just do the little boost right there on Tipco. So check it out using that code Fontana150. For new customers, you deposit $150. You get two $75 protected bets with Tipco. Terms and conditions apply. New customers only. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. I had a $5 protected bet for the NBA game last night. Thank God it was protected because I lost it. So I get it right back. We'll talk a lot of NBA coming up. But we start with the Browns this morning. So Andrew Berry yesterday on NFL Network. And again, he's at this Ozzie Newsome Summit, which sounds like a great event. And he jumped on NFL Network to discuss a litany of things. And we know Barry better than anybody. We see him, with all his press conferences here, and he is tight-lipped as can be. Like, he and Kevin Stefanski should teach a class to other general managers and other head coaches on how to not say anything. In 15-minute interviews, they say nothing. It's a skill. It's really important. And I don't want, the thing is, we're in the media as much as we are fans. I want information as much as you do. But also, I don't need them telling every single buddy, like, this is what we're planning, this is what we're doing. So you got to play the game. But I still think there are a little few pieces that we could see, like, how did he answer this question? Or what was his vibe in answering this question? And there were three pillars yesterday we wanted to know. Cooper, Chubb, Watson. And I want to go in that order. Ryan, let's start here with the Amari Cooper clip. So the question we all know, Cooper sat out of minicamp. He's waiting for a new contract. There's reports that it could be in the $25 million range. I read reports this morning they don't want to extend him. I saw trades for Brandon Ayuk. I saw a trade from somebody on social media yesterday.
I did see that. To
go get Brandon Ayuk out of San Francisco. Now, you're taking you're taking money out of your right pocket, putting it in your left. You're
robbing Peter to pay Paul.
That's the other one. You're robbing Peter to pay Paul. You got to pay a Brandon Ayuk if he comes here, and you already gave your money to Jerry Jeudy. Can I also, just to be completely honest, is Brandon Ayuk that good?
He's very good.
Okay.
I'd take Amari Cooper, though. I would still take Amari Cooper.
That's what I'm saying. I know Amari Cooper is very good.
Brandon Ayuk's in the morning update, so.
All right, we'll get to that coming up. So, Amari Cooper, question number one, video audio, courtesy of the NFL Network. Last night, Andrew Berry, question asked, what's up with Amari Cooper? Before you play it, there is something in here that I caught.
Oh, I saw your tweet.
Okay, you saw my tweet. So, I want everybody to listen to this and see if you pick up on the same thing that I do. We got to go to school on this. This is like 300-level detective work here. We got to dive in. And I'm not, this is actually not even a negative thing. I think this is actually an extremely positive thing that Barry slipped up just a little bit. Here's Andrew Berry, sound audio courtesy of video of NFL Network. I can't say that. I sound like our president right now. Audio, video courtesy of the NFL.
Roll the clip.
Yeah, so I'll say first and foremost, Judy, I it's a standard practice for me where I don't comment on contract specifics or discussions that we have in our players in this realm, just because I do think it's a pretty deeply personal manner for really anybody when you're talking about compensation. What I will say about Amari though is since he's been a member of the Cleveland Browns, he's obviously been a high-level Pro Bowl caliber receiver. But he's also a great teammate and he's a great professional. And we're happy to have him as a member of the organization. Sometimes, all teams will have periods where they go through these type of situations, but it does not change our affinity for Amari. We'll navigate, call it the business considerations and the business aspects as it goes. But he is a big part of our team, and just as importantly, he's a big part of our culture.
Did you catch it? He said he's going to be a big part, and then he stopped and he said he is a big part of what we're doing. That sounds like he wants him here. You know what I mean? Like, Ryan, tell me if I'm crazy. Can you go to that part of the clip? Can you fast forward it to it?
Yeah.
All right, do it. All right, fast forward to it.
But he is a big part of our team, and just as importantly, he's a big part of our culture.
And I think that's like, is that a little tiny statement that I'm jumping on and I sound like a crazy idiot?
A little bit.
I get it, but it's a positive thing because I think Barry slipped to try to say we want him here, and he's going to be a big part of what we do. And when we hear the Nick Chubb clip, again, courtesy of the NFL Network there, you're going to hear a lot of the same things. We value this player, but we value the person. And, you know, I don't need you to go through history. We don't need to relive. Something now. Sorry. We don't need to relive all the things that when we had guys come in here that were stealing checks, that frankly were getting trouble. Remember when we had that rash of guys off the field doing stuff they weren't supposed to be doing, and the Josh Gordons and the Johnny Manziels? You don't have that anymore. And it's in part because you brought in the right people. Now, they got to be good football players. I'm a good person. I wouldn't do much out there for you at the tight end position, okay? So you got to bring in good players that are also good people. That is Amari Cooper. That is Nick Chubb. That is a lot of guys on this team. So when you factor that in and setting that culture of you do the right things, you play at a high level, we are going to take care of you. Now, Barry also spoke about you can't, it gets hard, right? Things get really hard. You can't pay everybody. You can't keep everybody. Sometimes there are tough decisions. And I said this last week when it was all happening with Amari Cooper. Ryan, I actually wouldn't be shocked if a deal didn't come to fruition. I think it's going to happen. But if you really plugged this into an AI NFL general manager, I don't know how that's not a social media account already, an AI NFL GM that takes every human emotion out of a decision, it would probably tell you, do not pay Amari Cooper. He's 30. Trust me, I get it. But that's where the human element's got to come in. And another thing the AI would not be able to understand, he fits in this offense. He clearly fits with what Kevin Stefanski wants to do, and I think in turn what Ken Dorsey wants to do. But if you really took it out, it would probably lean no, even with all the numbers that he's put up and how great he is. That's why I'm happy that decision is not being made in that vacuum. You're making the decision as a human being with everything that's factored in. So I do expect a deal to get done. And Barry can't say that on NFL Network. He's still got to negotiate this on through. But I thought that was a little tidbit where I go, that gave me some positivity, where it sounds like Andrew Barry wants Amari Cooper here for a long-term deal and make it sense for the Browns, make sense for him. And I think they'll work towards all of that as you get close to training camp.
But it wasn't even really close for me last year, and for everybody that could watch the Browns, that Amari Cooper was clear-cut the wide receiver one. And who was next best?
Well,
I mean, David Njoku.
That's kind of my,
But the thing is, I mean, I'd understand if we're sitting here today as if he was 33, 34, but he won't be that till the end of this potential extension. I mean, he had a career high in receiving yards last year with 5 different quarterbacks. And I don't want to march out there next year with even the slightest chance that you don't have Amari Cooper available for Deshaun Watson. Because if we're saying this is the be-all, end-all of this Deshaun Watson deal, I need everybody out there to make this thing possible work. And taking Amari Cooper out of it would be the biggest offensive piece that you're taking out of that system.
And what does it say to everybody else on that team and the rest of that offense and what it means for Deshaun Watson? I hope it comes to fruition. But the pressure, the time is ticking, right? You and I don't believe Amari Cooper is going to show up without a deal.
That's the problem.
T. Higgins caved. Okay, he caved and he took his deal. And I think didn't he signed a 1-year deal as probably a little bit more than what he was owed, and he knows he's going to be hitting free agency. He's in a much different situation. He's waiting to get paid like all these receivers
and
did.
And he's also not even close to being the best receiver on the team.
Well, that's another fact about that too. But there is some team out there that would say, well, T. Higgins would be our number one.
Well, absolutely.
He's just got a top 3 receiver in front of him. He'll be a top 7 guy. He'll be our number 1 here. Amari Cooper's very clearly our number 1 receiver. You bring Jerry Jeudy for the future. I'd like Amari Cooper to be a part of that as well. And I'm sorry, I'm going to jump on Barry slipping there and saying he's going to be a big part of this. So that's positivity for me. I feel good about it. Next up, you want to do Nick Chubb? Let's hear Andrew Barry speaking about Nick Chubb. So we know Chubb got the deal done. Chubb said last week that he appreciated the Browns for negotiating the deal the way they did and getting him back here and on it. All that to be said, again, with what I do with Barry, I find these little things. These are the clips when he talks about Nick Chubb that I think he's being the slyest of the sly. He's working his words here a little bit. So here it is, courtesy of the NFL Network, audio and video. Andrew Barry asked about Nick Chubb and him giving credit to the Browns for a negotiating deal. Here's AB.
I think first and foremost, when we look at any member of our organization, it's important for us not to lose sight of the fact that we're dealing with people. And what happened to Nick last year was very unfortunate. He had no desire to be anywhere besides Cleveland. We had no desire for that to be, the last snap that he would take in a Cleveland Browns jersey. And just quite honestly, he's the heartbeat and pulse of our team. He is a selfless individual. He works hard. He's obviously an outstanding ball carrier, an outstanding running back. And I said this at the end of my end of season press conference. I had coming into the year, I had a respect level for Nick Chubb. It was a 10 out of 10, and exiting the season, it was probably a 20 out of 10 because this was a person who came in every day, 5:30 a.m., doing his rehab modalities, working as if he was preparing for Sunday. And I think that says something, about him individually and as a professional. And, one of the moments that we're all most looking forward to is the first time he runs out of that home tunnel for his debut in the 2024 season. So we're really excited to have him back and can't wait to get going with him.
That's Andrew Berry, NFL Network yesterday. We appreciate the video and the audio there. He never once makes comments other than getting him back. That first snap back. Nobody wants to see that be his last snap. Running out of the tunnel. He's non-committal for anything beyond that. And I don't want to say that writing is on the wall. You know where I stand with Nick Chubb. It's been well said on this show. I do not ever want to see him play for any other team except the Cleveland Browns. Even if that contract doesn't always match up with his production, I don't care. Now, I can say that. I'm not the keeper of the cap here. I'm not the one that's got to make decisions. If you give him money, you don't give Amari Cooper money. Where's MJ Emerson's money? All this stuff. That's Andrew Berry's job. I'm speaking as a fan. I don't want to see Nick Chubb play anywhere else. And if that happens, a little piece of my fandom will die that day. And I hope I don't ever get to that. But you hear Berry doing the sly, smart thing. He never has ever made a comment other than getting him back for this season. And that's telling you where you're at. We need to see it. We need to see him back. It is not a premium position anymore. He, when healthy, is a premium player on that position. But it's just like, I don't know, Ryan, it just twists the knife for me a little bit. And I'm not saying Andrew Berry's going to come out and say, oh, yeah, Nick Chubb's going to be here forever. He can't say that. I want to say that, but I know he can't. Every time he's asked, all he ever says is getting him back for this season and getting him back on that home tunnel and the first play back. That's it. That's it. So he's hedging his bets here. He's not giving you false hope on this. That was my biggest takeaway from the Nick Chubb comment there.
Yeah, and I wouldn't ever expect false hope. You mentioned it is the most interchangeable position in the NFL, and every year it seems as though the value is declining in terms of what you're going to pay them and honestly what the output and production you expect from them. The days of, we talked about this, the days of Derrick Henry being with the Titans for 10 years, that's not really happening anymore. You're seeing these running backs.
Well, and even he left, right?
Yeah, you're seeing these running backs, once they reach 27, 28, I mean, there's so much tread on them that it's impossible to keep paying these guys these large deals and expecting them to be as good as they are.
Yeah.
And now we factor in a massive injury, probably maybe worse than the one from Georgia, and this one comes 8 years later after the fact. So it's impossible for him to expect, and I wouldn't ever expect him to come out and say anything about his future because we all know it probably won't make sense unless you go see him on the field this year.
And even
you're asking for a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Even if he led the league in rushing, you're still probably going to come back with an $8 million a deal offer or something like that. I think that actually leans towards a positive thing, right? Because the money is like, it's pennies. It seems like chump change compared to some of the other positions. So it's easier to say, you know what? We're going to just spend that money on him. But, you think about other positions. You think about you've drafted guys. You brought in different players. Every time Berry speaks about it, he's doing the smart thing. He's not giving you anything beyond, we're going to get him back for this season. He will play at some point, and that's all I can guarantee you. Whatever happens from there, we'll figure it out. I'm sure we'll have open dialogue, but Berry's doing the sly thing right there. Final thing from the NFL Network yesterday, Andrew Berry. This is the clip that probably got the most news yesterday, an update on Deshaun Watson's health. Video, audio, courtesy of the NFL Network. Here's AB talking about his quarterback.
Yeah, Judy, first and foremost, Deshaun has really worked his tail off, during the rehabilitation process over the past several months. He's really actually ahead of schedule. He's really chomping at the bit to take the governor off, so to speak. But really, he's had a really nice spring. He's thrown the ball well. Did a really nice job during our 7-on-7 and team periods during this veteran mini camp. So we're excited as he gets into training camp and we get the pads on. But he's making excellent progress. And honestly, if you didn't know he got hurt last year, you really wouldn't be able to tell the difference. So we're very excited once camp starts.
That's probably the biggest thing for me is Ryan gave the look there, again, courtesy of the NFL Network. If you didn't know he got hurt last year, you wouldn't know it other than them sitting him down. Like, he's not out there every day. But I'm assuming he means by his mechanics and what he looks like throwing and all that. Great. The ahead of schedule thing, you got to remember what's the schedule. You know, if their schedule was just to get him back for the first game of the season and he's ahead of that, it's like, all right, like, you know, again, it's all positive. It's all good things. You rarely hear about negative things when it comes to surgeries or stuff like that, but he's doing all right. I like that clip from Barry where he said, hey, if you wouldn't know he got hurt last year, you wouldn't know a thing. Good, great. We'll get ready to go for training camp.
Chomping at the bit, Matt.
To take off the governor.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Oh, you don't know what a governor is?
Oh, I know what a governor is.
Not like Mike the Wine. Okay, so the most apt example is you golf. Go back to our bracket, best golf course in Northeast Ohio, right?
Yeah.
So a friend of mine used to carry a crescent wrench in his golf bag. Why? So you could go into the golf cart and loosen the governor. The governor is meant to be like you step on the gas, even if you're fully on the gas, the engine is not wide open. It's a limiter. I guess a synonym would be a limiter. It's an engine limiter. So my buddy would be an a-hole, and he would go in there and loosen the governor and open it up so you could go a little bit faster. So you go a little faster, get your round done a little bit quicker. The thing is, he would never put it back where it was supposed to be. He'd just drop the cart off and leave. So somebody else got on that cart and they're like, whoa.
So Deshaun's rearing to put the foot on the gas.
Foot on the gas. He's trying to take the restrictor plate off if you're a NASCAR fan. He wants to go. And of course, who wouldn't, right? You want to get back out there. You want to earn your contract. You want to do all that kind of stuff. So again, for the three things, Ryan, I'll ask you, of the Barry sound on Chubb, Cooper, and Deshaun Watson, what do you take away the most? Can I talk into his little Freudian slip about Amari Cooper? Or is
that's
else?
The one I'm the most worried about at this point.
Oh, you're worried? Yeah.
Well, in terms of there's not much worry I can do about Deshaun. It's either up to him whether he comes out and plays well or not. And then in terms of Chubb, I'm fully prepared emotionally for him not to be on this team in a couple years.
Yeah.
And my expectations for him next year, as much as I respect him, and if anybody can do it, it's going to be Nick Chubb. I can't really expect much. And then so it's down to this is I need Amari Cooper on the field with Deshaun Watson. I cannot have, and I'm not saying Jerry Jeudy isn't going to be good by any stretch of the imagination, but that's a lot to expect from a guy coming into a new system who's been down the last 4 years.
Well, and you're just
as
asking
a bust
it
for a first-round pick.
You're asking it to just be how bad the quarterbacks were. You know, in Denver, you're asking that to be a little bit different. So there's a lot at play with that. All right, we got to flip over. The biggest news yesterday, we're going to post this as our 2 for Tuesday. Do you care that the Browns are on Hard Knocks?
We didn't even post our first one. What was our first one?
That is our first one. Okay. That is our first one. Do you care that the Browns are on Hard Knocks? Yes or no?
Or can I put excited?
Sure. You put excited. Excited, care. Are you going to watch all of that?
I got it.
You got it. Ryan's the master. You got it. You. That is your last name, so that works out for you.
People don't know that.
Well, that's right. We go Ryan Tyler here on the show. So, sorry, I didn't mean to expose you on that.
That's all right.
My name is my real name. That's no problem on that. Do you care? Are you excited for the Browns on Hard Knocks? I'm going to try to keep this on the rails for a second here. And just to tell you, I hate Hard Knocks. It's stupid. It has jumped the shark. It's not been good programming. I've tried to watch every season. And instead of them actually coming up with something new, their idea is just to give you more. When you can't come up with something better, when you can't change what it is, we'll just give you more and hope that you grab onto this. Okay, number one, it's not even the training camp one, which is usually the most interesting one. That's strike one. Strike two. I don't give a damn what the Bengals and the Steelers and the Ravens. So you're telling me that I would have to sit down for an hour and parse through and piece through just to get 10 minutes of Browns content? I don't care. Strike two and strike three in season is so much more hurtful to my football team. There's a reason that they let playoff teams out of doing Hard Knocks for the training camp, because it's a pain in the ass and they don't want to do it. That is training camp with meaningless preseason games. Now you're fucking around with my in-season stuff. No, absolutely not. I see nothing good to come out of this. And I know people jump on when the Hard Knocks was here and you had Todd Haley and What's Up Sports Fan and Baker. That was fun. And I'll tell you this, that was the last good season of Hard Knocks. Bro, that was 6 years ago. 6. There is no draw for me on this. The only thing is, legitimately, I hope this doesn't mess up my team. I don't know if people really understand. You sit down and you watch it, right? And that's fine. I was out in Berea while they were shooting a lot of that. Bro, they're everywhere. There's TV trucks everywhere. They commandeer areas of the facility just to like do lunch for the crew. They were holed up in the parking lot across the street. It is not like they want you to think, oh, you know, it's just them sitting in a corner. You don't even notice they're there. No. That's not true at all. And especially all of that to just get a quarter of the content that you would actually look for. And I got to watch through on Lamar. I got to watch through on Joe Burrow. Now, of course they picked the AFC North. Of course they did. You've got drama. Excuse me. I get so pissed off about the Hard Knocks. Oh my God, I got hair in my throat. Sorry. You have everything in the AFC North. You've got star powers. You've got good football teams. You got name recognition, every little thing that you would ask for, right? Of course they picked the AFC North. As the average consuming fan, again, I don't really care. Do you really think I'm going to watch something and pick up like, ooh, did you see Joe Burrow's wrist there? Ooh, they left a play up on the board in the Ravens locker room. Write that down. So, like, I really am struggling to see the draw. Now, it's inside access. What was the draw of Hard Knocks? You're getting into rooms. You're getting the Jarvis Landry contagious speech. You're getting things that you would never see. Well, the Browns do a great job. They already have a web series about inside the locker room and inside that. They have plenty of content that they put out on their own. And I will admit that I'm worried about them just messing up the operation. For me to get a little bit of content, I will sacrifice that for a fluid, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I want a fluid operation in Berea. I don't want a camera crew sitting there following them all around. I hate this. I don't like this at all. I don't. And I know that the Browns, do they have, here's my other thing. Why would you penalize 3 playoff teams and one that should be a perennial Super Bowl contender in the Bengals? They just got hurt. Why would you penalize them with the in-season one? I think any of those teams would go, we'd actually rather do training camp. The way the season runs, the importance, the onus that is put on getting to meetings on time and getting this install done and how wacky the schedule can be. If this was the trade-off for not going to Brazil or London, then maybe I could have a conversation. I got a smart tweet from somebody yesterday. They go, now it makes sense why they waited so long for all these division games.
Oh,
remember,
wow.
right? The Steelers don't play a division game till like week 11.
That is a really good point.
Yeah, I got that tweet from somebody yesterday. Go, now you know. And by the way, that also goes back to people that don't think the schedule isn't messed with. So people go, oh, it's a computer simulation. No. No. They know what they're doing over there. So they pushed all these games back. So, like, that's like, dude, could you imagine us getting ready for that Miami Dolphins game? And it's massive. Hey, Deshaun, what's going on? Hey, David. Hey, man, what do you think about this game? Get out of here. Get out. And the NFL is so drunk on money that they'll do whatever. They don't care. So they've got a contract with HBO. And again, instead of like fixing Hard Knocks, which let's just call it for what it is, the greatest shows, they all run their course. I get it. I understand that. Hard Knocks has run its course. It has. Even when you picked, like, last year, right? Who was? You didn't even know.
The Jets.
It was correct. It was the Jets. I didn't know if you'd remember or not. I watched it.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Horrible. Because you thought you could play on the Aaron Rodgers kind of being Aaron Rodgers, right? And like all that stuff. Even when it was the Rams, I would tell you of all the seasons recently since the Browns, the Rams one was the one that I found maybe the most palatable because it was out in LA. Didn't they combo it Rams Chargers? Wasn't it this? I can't even remember. But that one was like, all right, here's Aaron Donald, here's Cooper Kupp. Like, you had some star guys to grab onto. The Jets one was an unmitigated disaster. Even the offseason one. Like, do I really care what the Giants are doing right now? No. So instead of them coming up with a fresh idea, they are just going to give you more of the same crap. And the other thing that's probably bugging them a little bit, they gave the blueprint to everyone else. Why is Formula One so popular now? In part because they had that documentary series.
Full Swing.
Do you watch Full Swing? Yes. They gave the blueprint to everybody else. Quarterback.
Now they got receiver.
Right. They gave the blueprint, so they're probably sitting there a little slighted, going, we gave this idea to everybody else. Hey, man, sorry, cat's out of the bag now. Nothing you could do about it. So they're just going to keep shoving this crap down your throat. I'm not going to watch it. I say
no,
that.
That's what I was just about to say. That's why they don't care because they know you're going to watch it.
But, like, that's my thing. Can I just, at the end of every episode, just get my Browns piece?
I mean, it'll be posted probably. What the Browns probably posted, just the Browns.
No, I'm talking about in the hour show. Can I just go on HBO? I'm a loyal subscriber to HBO. And at the end of it, can I just click,
So you
I
have
just want to watch the Browns.
But you have no interest in watching
Not really.
anything with the Bengals, Steelers, Ravens?
The only one that would be a little interesting to me is watching Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. But Ryan, we got to remember, this is not a training camp battle.
You don't want to watch Jamar
Gritty?
Gritty?
In season. What's that?
You don't want to watch Jamar Chase Gritty?
No, not really. And the other thing is,
you don't want to watch Russell Wilson giving a speech to his teammates?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We also got to remember that this is in season. This is not preseason. Training camp had the built-in drama. What was one episode you always turned in to watch? Guys getting cut. Yeah. And I hated it. We had to watch our friend Devin Kajust and Brogan Roback get walked in there with their playbooks and say, see you later.
They're not allowed to do that anymore. I'm almost
I think
positive.
they did make that change. I think they did. Of sitting there telling guys, but that was the built-in drama, because the other side was guys that made it, guys that did make the roster and telling them that they did. Like, the in-season, and maybe I would just want to prepare people for this, I think it's going to be boring. I think it's going to be boring. And especially what they're planning on is watching, again, what you believe is if they put these games towards the back, that you would get an inside look of the Browns-Steelers game. As they get ready, are they not on a Thursday night against one another?
Yes.
Yes. That week of both sides, how do they prepare and how do they get going?
Well, that's the first. We play the Steelers the first week it starts airing.
There you go. There you go. Do you really think that you're going to get something out of that? I ask that trying not to be a jerk about this. The issue is you always go into these things thinking you're going to get more than you actually do. What are you going to get? You're going to get some video of them on the practice field and Myles Garrett bench pressing. That's it. Yeah, they have cameras in the meeting room. The Browns have the final say on what's allowed to be cut and not. And I do think, from my understanding of when they were here, it was like a negotiation where you would sit down, say you're HBO and say that I'm Kevin Stefanski. And here's a clip. You would say, we're putting this clip in. And I'd go, fine, you're not putting this one in. And then you go, we want this one. And I go, it's like this back and forth.
Didn't all four of the teams, though, have to, like, accept it? Or, like,
that's what I don't understand.
I don't think they're allowed to be forced because they have those
that's what I'm saying. I don't
prerequisites
know.
that they pass.
But do the prerequisites count for in season, which again
if not,
is more
that's the dumbest
detrimental?
thing I've ever heard in my
That's
life.
what I'm saying is they have these parameters in place for preseason. Why? That's another incentive. I'm assuming teams aren't sitting there saying, we really need to make the playoffs because we don't want to do hard knocks. They incentivized it to make the playoffs. And then the other stipulation was what? You had a first-year head coach because frankly they didn't want to, make guys look like idiots on their first go-around. So if those are your parameters for the less intrusive version of Hard Knocks, how do you not have that in place for the more intrusive one? The in-season one is worse. And I will tell you, I continue to come back to this as a Browns fan. I will trade any win. I'm not saying that Hard Knocks would ever impact a game, but I don't like that. I really don't get it. And I'm sure there will be people that subscribe. And the other thing from HBO, right? Do you think people are actually going to sit down and sign up? Do you think they're going to get a huge wave from Baltimore and Pittsburgh and Cincinnati and Cleveland of people signing up for HBO in the season? That's their ultimate goal.
They might.
They're spending millions of dollars to do this. Millions of dollars as an offshoot of NFL Films, right? To do this. HBO probably needs that revenue back. Because don't they pay the NFL for that? For the rights to air this? I don't get it. And again, I'm an example. I've been signed up for HBO Max. I'm going to be signed up for HBO Max. They're not getting any extra pennies out of me. But I'll be on the data point. They'll sit there and go, oh, look at the subscriber in Cleveland. Bro, I was already there.
You should unsubscribe while it airs and then resubscribe.
So just send my little, send my little anti. No, man, I got to watch my Batman. on there. It is funny, though, when you have streaming services that my wife and I have this conversation. Go, we need to pick something because we pay for this particular streaming service. We need to get our value. We have to pick something off of this.
Yeah, that's how it works.
So you sit there and you're like, all right, what's on Max this month? Or what's on Peacock this month or whatever. I don't get it. And I'm sorry to kind of rain or crap on the parade for people if you really were excited. But that's our Twitter question morning. Are you excited to watch the Browns on Hard Knocks? I think this is too much of a headache. I don't like it.
So I'm assuming you're voting.
Well, you ruined 2 for Tuesday already.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That's okay. 3 for Tuesday it is. It's always 2 questions, 2 answers. That's all right. That's okay. I'm not yelling at you. It's all right. It's up. I already tweeted at Matt Fontana Show. Drop us a follow there. We see what we got coming up with that. So, again, I don't really see anything. I don't see a point for the Hard Knocks. I'm sorry to crap on everybody's parade, but I don't see it. I've got NFL off-season grades. Are you interested from this? Seth Walder, ESPN Analytics, went through each team and gave them a grade based on just their off-season moves. Would you like to start with the A's?
Yes.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes.
Extended A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, got Hassan Reddick, but he didn't like the Saquon Barkley signing for the guaranteed money. Okay. Another A-.
Texans.
No. Kansas City Chiefs. Biggest move was the L'Jarius Sneed trade. He liked the Marquise Hollywood Brown signing, but he didn't like the Chris Jones guaranteed money.
Did he like Rashee Rice's hit and run?
I don't know if that was on here. Didn't quite make it.
Did he like that one? Dude, the one dude just got arrested on the Chiefs, the lineman.
The Bugs got, again.
Yeah.
Again, that's I would say dog fighting thing, but he left 2 dogs out on a porch to die.
Scumbag.
I hate people that do that. A- for the Chargers, mostly hiring Jim Harbaugh. A- for the Dolphins. A- for the Patriots, drafting Drake May. B+ for the Bears. And to your Cleveland Browns, B+. Biggest move, trading for Jerry Jeudy. The move he liked, trading for Jerry Jeudy. And a move that Seth Walder didn't like for the Cleveland Browns is also a move I didn't like for the Cleveland Browns, or a move that they disliked. Not trading for Justin Fields. I felt the same way. I'd have taken a flyer on him. Seth writes up. Biggest moves is in a reasonably quiet offseason was the trade and the new contract for Jerry Jeudy. Though Jeudy has not lived up to his pre-draft promise, he still offers upside beyond the production he has shown. In 2021 and 22, he recorded open scores of 79 and 80, indicating a route-running ability that can unlock a higher level of play, especially somebody just entering their age 25 season. And it's not like the Browns are giving him superstar compensation. His $17.5 million APY lags far behind the Stars. We might look back on this trade as a bargain for the Cleveland Browns, and I think it's a great bet for a team that needed another receiver. He also mentions re-signing Zadarius Smith. He said, my biggest critique is what they didn't do at quarterback. They added Jameis Winston and Tyler Huntley over Joe Flacco, which was fine given Flacco's age and recent lack of success prior to 2023. But they could have aimed higher. While the Browns are heavily invested in Deshaun Watson, He's played poorly enough that the team ought to look for alternatives rather than run out the clock on a talented roster. Not trading for Fields, who was eventually dealt for a conditional sixth-round pick, was a misstep in Seth Walder's view. And I agree with him. I wanted Fields here. I would have made that same trade. And here's the thing. I'd have brought Fields in and maybe even kept Jameis Winston. And you might say, what are you going to do with DTR? Sneak him on the practice squad? I would have liked Justin Fields here. So a B+, which I think is actually a little higher than I thought.
It's a lot higher than most media people's
Well,
grades.
I thought it was going to be knocked because they didn't do much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that it was going to be you didn't do a lot. And that comes back to the crux of if you're all in on Jerry Jeudy or not. If you're all in, you think he's good, you were going to get a high mark. The fact that, Seth Walder you got the B+. I actually thought we might be in the C range. I wasn't sure on that. So that's pretty good there. From the Cleveland Browns on a B+ from Seth Walder. You want to go to the bottom of the barrel?
Yes, please.
All right. I think I read in the headlines he only gave 2 Fs.
Can I guess
no.
them?
He didn't give any Fs. Come on, man. He gave 3 Ds, though. A D+ and 2 Ds. 3 teams that he said were the worst this offseason. You want to guess?
Are the Bills on there?
No.
Are the... Damn. 3 Ds. Who had an absolutely abysmal offseason? I mean, I hate everything the Giants do. Are they on there?
No. This team really did nothing. They're a really marquee team, and they didn't do anything.
NFC?
Yep.
Cowboys?
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense,
Yes.
actually.
They didn't sign any of their stars to new contracts.
makes
Didn't
sense.
give Dak Prescott a new deal. CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons, none of it. They let Tyron Smith walk away. They brought back Ezekiel Elliott. Ooh, that's it. The other 2 Ds, the Vegas Raiders and the New Orleans Saints. That's it. So those are the teams that were worse. The worst 3 teams on Seth Walder's play out there. C- for the Vikings, C for the Falcons, Lions, Commanders are all C, Giants are C+. Jags, you want to know the Bills? Is that the team you said you wanted to know? Bills got a C+. C+ from Seth Walder. So the Browns got a B+ there. I liked it a lot. All right, we flip over to basketball. Our second 2 for Tuesday. Did you like this playoffs for the NBA? Yes or no? I mean, it was utter crap. And we say this as Cavs fans. I don't really care for the Celtics, but I'm just talking about good basketball. And dude, this was painful. This was legitimately painful to have to watch this whole thing play out. And I saw this, I don't want to say a large contingent, but a small contingent of people saying, oh, great, the Celtics walked their way to a championship. And they run through. No Jimmy Butler, no Donovan Mitchell. You beat up on a bad Pacers team, and then you played a Mavericks team that was very clearly not ready to go. So I'll put the asterisk on their championship all you want. They break the tie with the Lakers. I hate the Celtics. You get Jaylen Brown the MVP. I'm actually really glad that they gave it to him because he deserved it more than Jason Tatum did. And it sucked. It was bad. It was all bad the entire way through. That being said, I've got NBA power rankings going into next season. And there's also betting trends that are pretty similar. According to ESPN, the number 1 ranked team going into next season, the Boston Celtics. Number 2, Denver Nuggets. Dallas is 3. Minnesota is 4. Oklahoma City, 5. You got 4 out of the 5 top teams in the West. The Knicks are 6. Bucks, 76ers, Pacers, Clippers, Magic. The Cleveland Cavaliers, 12th heading into next season. Kevin Pelton writes, all eyes are on Donovan Mitchell, eligible to sign the extension starting on July 6th. They can negotiate starting today. If Mitchell declines, the Cavs will have to explore trade options to avoid him potentially leaving as an unrestricted free agent next year. I hope that doesn't happen. It would also force Cleveland to consider trading fellow guard Darius Garland, who saw a massive drop in his production last season with the ball in Mitchell's hands more frequently. A Garland deal could help the Cavs put more size and shooting around Mitchell and the front court duo of Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. So Kevin Pelton just writing there, It sounds like this is a Garland trade and you keep Jared Allen. We know Donovan Mitchell's up on Jared Allen and wants him to be around. That's all great. That's all awesome. Biggest thing is now they can start their negotiation process. They officially this morning can call Donovan Mitchell. And I had some people, I sent that out yesterday, and there were some people that were like, no, that's not true. No, it actually is. What you can do today is negotiate with rookie extension eligible players, Evan Mobley, your own upcoming free agents, Isaac Okoro, Tristan Thompson, and the like, and also players eligible for a veteran extension. That is Donovan Mitchell. So you have all the rest of this month. You can't sign anything until July 6th. And then June 30th is when other teams are allowed to talk to potential free. Nobody can talk to Donovan Mitchell but the Cavs. Nobody can talk to him except the Cavs. So they will sit down here. And this is not like, let's call it for what it is, man. They're not sitting down here hashing out money. The deal is what the deal is going to be. It's the max. You know what it is. I know what it is. Donovan knows what it is. And the Cavs will offer that. The question is he going to sign it? Is he going to wait to see what the Cavs are going to do? The biggest thing, and I had a lot of people send me the same tweet about, wink, wink, nod, nod. They've been talking to Donovan. Of course, not officially, but now they really can. I'd get on the horn with them, and I'm sure they already have. Hey, man, what do you think about James Borrego? We think we're going in this direction. What do you think about a Garland trade? What do you really think about Jared Allen? And you can hash some of that out. That's why I think today is such a big day for Kobe Altman, is to actually be able to talk to Donovan Mitchell and get his thoughts on these things. You know where I'm at. I think Donovan Mitchell should have a seat at the table. It doesn't mean that he's got the overwhelming vote, but there's something you got to take into account what he thinks or what he would like to do. Do it then. Great. Fantastic. Awesome. And that can help Kobe Altman at least map out what he wants to do this offseason. It doesn't mean that every little thing is going to fall into place. You still got to navigate this thing, but at least you know the direction you're going in. At least you got the idea of what you need to do for this offseason. With the overarching still being, technically Donovan hasn't signed it yet, and so the ink is dry in that contract. You at least are going to be able to operate that he's going one way or the other. And I also, the process, as much as I want this to be sped up, you can't do anything for another 3 weeks, I want little nuggets to come out. I want them to say, they did talk, and they're leaning this way. And we're going to race to, it's like you're running to wait. You are racing to get in line to wait because it's not going to happen until July 6th anyway. And also when the fact that it's seems like foregone conclusion that he's going to resign here. So good with that. At least you can start that process this offseason. And the other thing, you can't do anything with anybody else till July, or, you can't do any trades yet. There's no trades to be had at this point. And I mean, so you're going to prime, you're going to be ready to go, or are you having these conversations? It's a lot of waiting that I think is about to come up here for the Cleveland Cavaliers. But at least you can get started here. At least you can now talk to Donovan Mitchell. That's important. We got more at the Cavs and more at the NBA coming up in the morning update. Guard! Yeah, not yet.
No. I'll get it.
I always throw it to Ryan. So here's the thing. We just sent this to Tipico this morning. Oh, nice. We're going to do a UFC thing. Not today, man.
Sorry,
that?
if you could tell, I was
Oh my God.
sorry, you could tell I was a little distracted
Can I
earlier.
tell you a little behind the
because
scenes
one,
here?
I'm sweating absolute bullets, and two, I'm trying to read through these emails because I gotta fix a file, so I'm trying to figure it out. And
We're in a glass studio. HVAC guy comes in this morning and goes, "Is your AC out?" And I go, "Sir, the AC has never worked in here." And he goes, "Really?" And somebody's working on it. Pitter Cam? Hey, put yours back up. We'll do Pitter Cam. Sponsored by, I don't know.
Gillette. Holy, our boost is fat.
Is it? All right, get that. Can you get it here by the end of the segment?
Yeah,
All
just talk and stall for a minute like you do.
So there I was. Guards back in action tonight. I look at it from this. Okay, I tell you that Blue Jay series just bothered me. You're back at it tonight, Tristan McKenzie, buddy. I need to start seeing a little bit more out of Tristan McKenzie. And I'm not saying that you're ready to make a move on it. There's nothing you can do. As long as Tristan McKenzie is healthy, you are keeping him in your lineup. Ryan, and I guess it's more a recency thing. In his last 5 starts, 2 runs, 5, 4, and 3. Those are his last 4 starts, giving up those runs. The thing is, over his last 4 starts, Ryan, he has given up 8 home runs. And that actually included none in his last start against the Reds. Gave up 3 against the Royals.
Yeah, should have been 2.
2 against Colorado, and those 3 solo shots back on that Mets start. Do you want to know why? Maybe I don't have any ground to stand on. What's the common denominator in all those games, Ryan? Guardians still won all of them. That is kind of my bother about where, like, the Guardians are at. And I feel like they just use up so much when McKenzie is on. And it's not like you spread out your hits. It's not like you map it on out. But could you imagine where it would be as if he just went out and it's like he's not pitching all that bad. But in 2 starts this month, he's got a 6 ERA. I guess he only had a 3 ERA in the month of May. It's just like he's due for a bounce back. And that's, again, he only gave up 2 runs in that start against the Reds. You still won. But, like, I just want a little bit more on him. This series against the Mariners, you're back to a division-leading team. I want to see the Guardians play to that level. I think they are a little prone to playing down to their opponent. You got no reason to do that tonight. We'll run through the trends a little bit later. We'll get to our boost. I'm feeling good about the Guards. Give me 2 out of 3 right home against the Mariners. I think that's an easy ask.
I hope, Matt.
Yeah, Guards! Woo! Like our studio, this is hot.
Goodness. I think I feel the
Turn
fire
the flames off. I don't need it right now. It's 94 degrees here in our studio. Let's roll. 3-leg for you. Number 1, David Fry, if in the lineup, to hit home run. Guards minus a 1.5, and we're going to go with a little goodwill this morning for our guy, Tristan McKenzie. Head over to the app, Tipico. Here we go, buddy. Use that code Fontana150 for new customers. You deposit $150 with that code Fontana150, and you will get 2 $75 protected bets right into your account. Place those bets, you win it, you win your money. You don't, you get the protected bet right on back. That's how it works, and you're on to the cashback rewards. It's everywhere with our friends at Tipico. Wait a minute here. Whoa, wait a minute. Because, Ryan, do you know what I have? I've got a $5 bet credit because I had a protected bet last night when it came to the basketball game. I'm not going to use it here, though. I'm just going to go with our boost.
We got to have a conversation about Jason Tatum.
Why?
Did you see his corny-ass video yesterday?
$5 wins 142, the one with him on the stage.
We did it!
Yeah!
Trying to be Kevin Garnett.
Yeah. Anything is possible! No. 27.52. You got a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. New customers only on that promo. We got boosted plenty. You want a little nerfy? Under no run first inning. Red Sox, Jays, Mariners, Guardians, Cardinals, Marlins. That's 545 right now, boosted on up. Guards to beat the Mariners. Blue Jays to beat the Red Sox, and the Nationals to beat the Diamondbacks, plus 598? I'm in on that one, buddy. I like that one. That's another boost right there with our friends at Tipico. Hell yeah. Let's roll. Guards, get back in action. That's all. Get back right. I'm not saying that it was bad. I just didn't like that Blue Jay series. You split against the Reds. There's obviously ulterior motive of us with the Reds because we got to pay off the guys down in Cincinnati. It's all good. All right, let's catch our break. When we come back, we got the morning update. I've got news just for you, Ryan. Do you know what your boy did?
Who's my boy?
Ladd McConkey.
Probably something amazing.
It was. And I'll tell you what it was. We'll get to that in time up. We got the grid coming up, time up. We got it all for you right here on Big Play, including last night, Rich Franklin on the Big Play Cleveland show. Ohio MMA guy. Also, they want us to do some UFC stuff. We'll do that for the end of the week coming up. But that was great last night. Jensen Lewis, Hanford Dixon, Blake and Greg Williams. What do we got tonight? Enter the Jungle. James Rapine, Andrew Fox Miller talking Bengals. And, of course, the return with Josh and Maria Cribbs. Folks, Big Play is where it's at. Check out our website, bigplay.com. Follow us on Twitter for all the clips, all the shows, and you can also follow the Big Play horse. That's the Twitter account for Lahaina Luck. That is our horse that we have purchased at Big Play with our friends at My Racehorse. You can buy a share. I was talking to Reflog about this yesterday. And he goes, I bought 3 shares. I bought one for me, one for my dad, it's a great gift. You got a piece of this horse. There's always a risk of loss with this kind of stuff, but still, $60 gets you a share. It's a good-looking horse. Tell me that guy's not going to be in the Kentucky Derby. There's no guarantee, but he's going to push for the Kentucky Derby. You know, the other thing, this isn't some lame duck horse. This isn't some glue factory horse. This horse is trained well. Some of the top trainers. It's the trainers. It's the group that got Seas the Gray to win the Preakness. That's where that horse is going to be. Big Play Horse on Twitter. Go to myracehorse.com or download the app, and you can get a piece of Lahaina Luck 22. The horse is unnamed. Good-looking buddy. Good-looking boy. I like it. All over, man. And just search that, or just, again, go to the Twitter, find the link, and you can get a piece of that horse. And, again, you are basically a part. You get all the return. He wins a race, you're going to get a little piece of that. He gets a stud fee. Going to get a little piece of that. Exclusive parties, maybe even a chance to go down. Go down to Churchill Downs, all that kind of stuff. That's where it's at. All right, catch a break, come back, morning update. Stay with us. Fontana Show, right here on Big Play.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
It's just, that's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yap.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. You saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the
How does an Ohioan build the perfect parlay?
Who's got something? Big guys looking for long odds. The kids in Columbus are covering better than anyone, and at even odds. If it's even, I'm leaving. Listen, our championship DVD starts today, all right? Dude, I just got an invite to a Cincy playoff watch party. Shut up. Cincy, State, Cleveland, the perfect parlay. I'm a genius.
For the best odds on Ohio sports, bet with your cojones.
It is Spanish, dummy.
Bet with Typical Sportsbook.
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
Welcome back to the sauna here is Big Play. Yeah, seriously, I know nobody else cares, and there's people that work outside all day. In my family, too, I see these people working out here. We ain't bitching, man. It's warm one day. Stay safe out there. Drink your water. Also, I should make mention, this is pretty serious here. If you know somebody that there's cooling centers. They open a lot of the rec centers as cooling centers. You have family, you got elderly people in your neighborhood. Like, look out for one another when it's this hot out. But nonetheless, let's get to it. Morning update, all the stories you got to know, including one Ryan doesn't even know about. I figured you had all alerts at all times for Lad McConkey.
I usually do. I don't know how I missed it.
All right, this is an important one. This is a big one for your boy. We'll get to that coming up, though. Ryan, please take it away.
All right, well, the Guardians begin a 3-game series against the Seattle Mariners starting today. Tristan McKenzie gets the nod on the mound. For the Mariners, it's Bryce Miller. Guardians look to extend their lead in the AL Central as the Royals are creeping a little bit behind them.
So Miller 5-5, 3.4 ERA, solid. He's a righty, which I always just feel like we're battling against the lefties there. But you should be just fine. I talk about Tristan McKenzie giving up home runs. Ryan, he's only given up 2 more than Bryce Miller has this year. So this guy is, I don't want to say prone to it, but he's averaging about a home run a start, which is good. Please give it up to David Fry. What I want to see is the Guardians kind of turn the ship a little bit here, You know what I mean? And they haven't had bad series, but I don't know if I quite see that killer instinct to say that these are series we need to win. The thing about the Mariners, though, and this is why you should really feel good about them, Ryan, they are 43-31. Very impressive team. First place in the AL West. Do you know they have a losing record on the road? Here's the stat you want to know for this series, which is why I think 2 out of 3 at minimum. They're only 16-19 on the road. Bro, the Guardians are 21-8 at home.
I think that's an MLB best.
I think it is, too. MLB splits road versus home. I want to look this up real quick. I don't want fan graphs. I want to look this up. I'm sorry. We need, you know what we need? We need like our own little stat boy here on the show. If I go to fan graphs, I don't want projections. I don't want, you know what I mean? I want to see home versus road, runs, things like that. Hang on. MLB runs. I'm sure I could look this up a lot easier than I'm doing it. I'm derailing the show. Let's continue on. I'm going to find that. I'm going to come back to it. But again, feel good about the Guardians in this series. They don't play well on the road. Get it done. Guards 2 out of 3. That's all I ask.
All right. Well, the NBA season is officially over as the Celtics will hoist their 18th banner, and that's an NBA record, 1 ahead of the Lakers as they reclaim the lead. Jaylen Brown was named the Finals MVP. Luka with 28 points, but that's not nearly enough as they get shellacked again and they get the gentleman's sweep.
How bad are the Mavericks? Seriously. And I know people are going to rip Kyrie and all that. This was just putrid basketball. This was absolute putrid basketball. Frankly, from the entire postseason. This was not fun. There was no part of this that you wanted to see. And as for the casual, even betting fan or trying to watch, the games were out of hand, right? If you're a Celtics fan, you're over the moon when they're up 20 in the second quarter. I don't dude, it was bad. It was just really, really bad. And there's nothing that the NBA can do about that. You roll the dice about the best teams, and it really just keeps coming back to, are you playing your best basketball at this particular point? I don't even think Boston played all that well. It's just, how bad were the Mavericks? How bad was Kyrie for stretches? Nobody wanted to watch it. It was bad, but I don't know what to tell you. All right, you ready for this? I finally found it.
Yes.
Runs scored at home. The Royals have scored 210 runs at home. That leads baseball. The Guardians, shockingly, have only scored 143 at home while batting 234 as a team. For the Mariners at home, 213 and 147. Now I'm going to go to the road splits here. Away games. The Guardians are the second best team in baseball. 198 runs scored on the road, 248 average. Now I go to the Mariners. They've only scored 141, so we scored 50 more runs than them on the road. They do actually bat better on the road at 228. There's got to be, hang on. Mariners have played 35 games on the road. The Guardians have played 40. So again, I know we're at home, which is fine, but I was trying to look that up to see basically how bad the Mariners were on the road. Team batting average. Can I get you that here for a second? You want to look at it from this standpoint? The Mariners are 25th in baseball, 5th worst average on the road. Runs scored on the road? Same thing. They're 25th in baseball. for run score. So again, they're not so good on the road. Guardians are fine at home, but I'm going to take that into the series against the Mariners. That would actually, honestly, probably tell you what. Take the under in a lot of these games too.
Yeah,
I'll get you our trends later as we get our bets going.
All right, well, I mentioned Brandon Ayuk was going to be in the morning update.
Yeah.
And this comes after a FaceTime video came out of him with his former Arizona State teammate, now Washington Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels. He says, quote, "They don't want me back." Daniels responds, "That's it. I swear," prompting Daniels to shout, "My boy." Ayuk wrote in the caption post, "I'm laughing, but I'm crying for real."
I mean, yeah. It doesn't mean that you're not going to play there this year, but they don't want you back in a long-term deal. Like, in these negotiations, these players want guaranteed money and multiple years, and it becomes offensive. You know, Andrew Berry said that on NFL Network last night, where he talks about doesn't want to speak about contracts in a public sense because these are very personal. These are compensation for guys. And I get on the pro level, all these deals get sent out about what they sign, and that helps other players get deals and that. But it's a very personal thing about their negotiations and stuff like that. Did you see the Ravens' new alternate helmet?
No. Are they gross?
Yeah. What is that?
Oh, Schefter just tweeted. I'm looking at it.
That's not good, man. That's not good at all.
Oh, I kind of like them.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't. No, I don't. No,
I kind of rock with them.
No,
I kind of rock with them.
No. I will tell you, I like the Ravens color scheme. I like the purple and black. I think that's really cool. The uniform is fine. The helmet is like, what? The hell was that? I don't know, but I guess each their own. Whatever, not my problem. The Browns have their own issues with some of their helmets. I think we work it pretty well. I like the white face mask back. I like that. That Ravens helmet, not my cup of tea, but I also hate the Ravens.
Alrighty, well, the NBA Finals wrapped up last night, and the NHL might wrap up tonight as well as Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Puck drops at 8 p.m. It is back in Florida as Florida leads the series 3-1, and they look to close this bad boy out tonight.
Same thing. We're going to be in this drought where I'm nothing but baseball, no hockey. I think they'll get it figured out. I think they'll get the win tonight. And that'll be all done. So congratulations. I'm on ESPN Radio tonight, by the way. My co-host, Jonathan Zaslow, tonight, he is the biggest Panthers fan that I know. We're doing the show in the middle of the game. Like, puck drops at 8 o'clock. We're on ESPN Radio from 7 to 10. So I'm, like, fully prepared to just be hosting by myself because Zaz is going to be so in on the game. But it'll be fun to watch tonight. I always love hockey. Go Panthers.
All right, well, let's wrap this bad boy up. Tell me about my boy, Ladd.
Your boy, Ladd McConkey, has set an NFL record.
Doesn't surprise me already.
Yes. Oh, no. I lost the article. I clicked off of it. Here it is. Okay, no, I found it. Okay, I'm back to it. The LA Chargers were so impressed with Ladd McConkey through minicamp, they decided to reward him for his efforts. Per the NFL Network, the Chargers and McConkey agreed to an agreement on a 4-year contract that gives McConkey the most guaranteed money ever for a player drafted at the 34th position.
Well deserved.
So as we know, all these slotted positions, it's not like Sam Bradford anymore that you can, negotiate for $80 million before you ever play snap. Everything's slotted out. So they sat down. You're the 34th overall pick. They gave him more money guaranteed than Sam Laporta, Christian Watson, Michael Pittman, and Donovan Smith, all number 34 picks over the last decade plus. He got more guaranteed money than all of those guys. You want to take your victory lap on your guy, Ladd?
No, I'll be humble.
You're like, oh, I knew that.
I mean, I did.
Yeah. So there it is. Herbert said last week on the Chargers Wire, Ladd has picked up the offense so easily, it's like he's a 4 or 5 year veteran. He understands the game. He understands leverage. He's smart. He's very athletic. He can beat man coverage and find the soft spots in zone.
What else do you want from a receiver?
I'm telling you. I wanted him. You had talked me into him, but we just knew he was not going to be there. All right, before we get to the grid, I want to circle back to the NBA playoffs for last night. So you talked about the cringe thing about Jason Tatum. Can I just, for a quick second, Stop recreating the Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan things with the trophy. Kobe is a legend. Michael Jordan is a legend. The cigar, the Kobe in the showers thing, just freaking stop, okay? And I understand that these players grew up probably watching more Kobe than Michael, and they got their trophy, and it's their dream to recreate that picture. Great. Let's find something else. Let that be Kobe's thing. That's Kobe's thing. Come up with your own thing, man. And then you told me there's a video cringe of Jason Tatum, right? Trying to recreate Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Dude, come up with your own thing, man. The off-the-cuff stuff is what creates the legend things, right? Not trying to recreate anybody else. And I have seen and illegally touched the Larry O'Brien trophy. So when they won it, they brought it around to everybody. It had its own security team. And they put it on a table, and they said, don't touch it. And I put my hand behind it, and I just gave it a little tap on the back there to Larry O'Brien trophy. And I got a picture with it. So I can't touch it like Jason Tatum does. Come up with something else. Do something else, man. Figure it out. All right. We missed yesterday. I'm bummed. I'll tell you what, though. You know the idea that you and I had over the summer as it gets closer? We need to do that.
What's that? Well, I don't know what that gesture is.
The video game. We'll give away a copy of the video.
Yeah.
We gotta wait. Wait till next month when it comes out. But if we get another week of immaculation, I just made that up.
Is that you throwing a football?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Throwing a
You look like
football.
Phillip Rivers.
No, he used to go like that. He used to like push it. You know why he did that? He was throwing with a regulation-sized football when he was a little kid. He couldn't grip it the whole way, so that's how he learned how to throw. We'll do a giveaway. So we have our giveaway going on. Go to @MattFontana Show on Twitter X. Retweet our video and reply with your favorite NFL player of all time. You'll be entered to win a Big Play merch package. But Ryan and I have decided that if we do it again in the month of July, we will do a giveaway for a copy of maybe NCAA. You want to do that? All right, so we'll do that. We'll get that coming up, but that'll be next month. Unfortunately, this week is already Friday. We missed yesterday. But for the practice, for the longevity of it, let's get to it. Immaculate Grid, up and down, left and right. We start things off. What is our statistical category, please?
5,000 career receiving yards.
Go.
Randy
I don't think Justin Jefferson is there. You can go Tyreek, and you can go Devontae Adams. Okay, Lions, Vikings. TJ Hawkinson.
Not Hawkinson.
What? Lions. That's an interesting one. Why do I? Ooh. Lions, Packers. Does Demarius Randall work there? Former Cleveland Brown? I know he went to Vegas after us. You know what? Take that back. I don't think he ever went to Detroit.
Cowboys, Packers. Randall Cobb.
Cowboys, Vikings. Oh, that's an interesting one. Yeah. Ooh, some interesting ones. All right, we ripped through just some of the quarterbacks, right? Like Brock Osweiler for the Dolphins, I don't think went to any of those other spots. Andy Dalton didn't go to any of those other spots. He was in Dallas. It's a tough one. And you want to know what? I know it's not for anything, so it's like I'm just kind of flippant about the whole thing. Raheem Mostert doesn't work in any of those. Jamal Williams doesn't work because he went down to New Orleans.
Was he on Green Bay at one point?
No, I don't think so. Right? I don't think so. Didn't we get wrapped up on Ty Montgomery yesterday? Didn't he play for Detroit? No. No. Now I'm just Googling. I don't even care anymore. Who'd you say? Jamal Williams?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? He did.
I thought.
Yeah, he did. You're right. 100%. Get Jamal Williams. Right. Well done. I forgot he was drafted. You're right. You're right. You're right. Yes. Jamaal. Well done. All right. I love this picture. See him at that Pokemon convention?
Yeah. He's a
riot.
guy.
He's a riot. He's the best. All right. Packers, Dolphins. I'm sorry. Dolphins, Cowboys. I feel like there should be an easy one there. Cowboys of the past. Miles Austin. Not Tony Romo. I don't think any linemen went there. I can't. Felix Jones. Remember him? No. Do we always miss Herschel Walker on this? Does he not work for the Vikings and the Cowboys?
Before my time, I don't know.
Yeah. Cowboys, Vikings. We always miss Herschel Walker on that one. We always forget him. All right. Dolphins, Cowboys. Dolphins, Cowboys. I don't think we can go with our Fitzpatricks here, right? I don't think Josh McCown's worked. Okay, so I know Josh McCown played for Dallas. Did he ever play for Miami? I don't think so. Actually, he never played for either one of them. Never once. Huh. Luke, no. Ty Detmer? Tough go of it today. Tough go. Maybe it's good we get these ones out of the way.
Yeah, I was gonna
when we're not, on for our streak here. Lions, Dolphins. Staff, kickers? Anything run through it? Brett Maher? No.
Fat Randy?
Fat Randy never worked. I don't think he worked for any of those. Punters? No. Check the comments here. I got nothing on Twitter. What? Do we miss an obvious one? No.
Cowboys, Dolphins.
Yeah.
Bernie Kosar?
We, as duly employed people of Big Play, have no comment.
All right, Lions, Dolphins. Check the comments.
Did you think of that, or did somebody comment that?
Comment.
Somebody comment. Good, because we can't comment. All right.
Lions,
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Lions, Dolphins. Oh, man. Like, Megatron never went there. I'm struggling thinking of Lions players. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Dolphins guys. Ricky Williams? I don't think so.
Like Marvin Jones never played for the Dolphins. Kenny Galladay never played for the Dolphins. Eric Ebron never played for the Dolphins.
No. Dude. You might just have to call it. I don't know what to tell you. That's a tough one today. Again, I'm glad we got it out of the way, but oh my God. Nothing? Just give it up. Ndamukong Suh.
I could have got
Ndamukong Suh. We should have remembered that. What are the other ones? Go up there. 90 of them on that one? It's just so different when we're not.
Danny Amendola.
Yeah, okay.
Teddy Bridgewater, Dante Culpepper.
Okay. I knew Culpepper played for
Reggie
the Dolphins.
Bush.
Did he? Really? Wow. All right. There it is. Done and done. All right. Well, again, we'll get back on the grid for next week because knowing
let's
that
get the bad week out of the way.
Yeah, let's get a bad week out of the way. Don't really have to worry about it, and that's fine. We'll kind of move forward here. Speaking of moving forward here, I want to go back to the Browns and some of the things that Andrew Berry said yesterday. So we played the clips a little bit earlier about Amari Cooper and, Nick Chubb and where it comes to Deshaun Watson. And I thought about this mostly because I was thinking about the fact that the Cavs have so much on their plate for now into their offseason. And I think about this with the Cleveland Browns. And do you not feel like Andrew Berry's on easy street right now? And I say that, and you would instantly stop me and say, what are you talking about? He's got a disgruntled number one receiver. He's got the decision to make if he wants to restructure Deshaun Watson's deal or not. He's got some younger guys that need contract extensions, most notably Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. But I don't know, I just feel this, completeness with the Cleveland Browns as they get ready to go for training camp. And training camp seems so far off into the distance right now, which I get. But I feel like, Ryan, the hay's in the barn. Everything is done as you need see fit here for the Cleveland Browns. You don't have to sit around and do much more.
Yeah, outside of Amari.
That's the thing. You can focus solely on an Amari Cooper deal if that's something you really want to do. The thing is, and I guess the question I was kind of dancing around, because I thought about that when I said, Andrew Berry seems to be do you do it now or do you wait for training camp? Because everybody's on their break now. They get these 6 weeks off. The players are gone. Do you go to Amari Cooper and say, hey, man, don't worry about this. We'll reconvene when you come back in August. But then Amari Cooper's got to sit on vacation the whole time wondering, am I going to get this deal done? That is a bit of leverage that I think pushes back to the Cleveland Browns side of things if you try to drag this out a little bit. Now, conversely, that could change how Amari feels. It's all just this negotiation back and forth bullcrap that's going on. But I thought about that. Do you think that we'll get an Amari Cooper extension done sometime in this break? Or do you think they wait for training camp to come back?
I would like it to get done earlier than not and just have him at training camp ready to roll and confident.
I guess I just come back to asking the ultimate question, the importance of training camp to a veteran guy like Amari Cooper. And you would tell me, he's got to be out there with Watson. It's more about Watson getting comfortable with him. But I don't know. I guess I keep going back to, him being there. I think I'd wait it out. And then what if you were going to offer a deal? What would you give him? What would you give Amari Cooper? Start with the years.
25.
So start with the years.
I'd like to give him 2. I'm sure he wants 3.
Okay.
And I'd give him 25 a year.
25 a year. So you're either going to be on the hook for $50 or $75 million for Amari Cooper.
He's worth it.
Yeah. And especially, we have to remember, he's still under contract for this upcoming season. So I'm wondering, I tell you that lends you more towards, here's a 2-year extension beyond the one that you have. Here's your $25 million per year. And and he's still making decent money this season. But I think that's kind of how you push it out for him. And, dude, that's just a lot. $50 million back on the cap for Amari Cooper, age 31. Yeah, man, that's a lot. That's a tough decision. Is it a tough decision? Do you think it's a hard decision?
It's not for me.
It's a yes. We start with the positivity of yes, but you still got to negotiate it. You still got to get it figured out. And that's a lot easier said than done. All right, let's catch our final break of the morning. We got to fill the bracket out when we come back for the best golf course in Northeast. Also, if you have any last-minute suggestions, get those in the YouTube comments or tweet us at the show, at Matt Fontana Show, at Matt Fontana 83. Ryan is at Ryan Tyler 33. Get those in. We'll fill that out. We got time up. We'll remind people of our giveaway going on, and we'll get you our trends for the Guardians game tonight, including a reminder of our boost tonight. Guards, Mariners, all coming up. Fontana Show right here in Big Play.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
It's just that's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yap.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. You saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the
How does an Ohioan build the perfect parlay?
Who's got something? Big guys looking for long odds. The kids in Columbus are covering better than anyone, and at even odds. If it's even, I'm leaving. Listen, our championship DVD starts today, all right? Dude, I just got an invite to a Cincy playoff watch party. Shut up. Cincy, State, Cleveland, the perfect parlay. I'm a genius.
For the best odds on Ohio sports, bet with your cojones.
It is Spanish, dummy.
Bet with Typical Sportsbook.
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
Let's get to it. A little bit of a time hop. A little short day for us in time hop, but we'll get to that. Welcome back, Fontana Show, right here on Big Play. After that, though, I've got Pete Prisco's top 100 players of the NFL season a year ago. Cleveland Browns on the list. I'll tell you where, but hang on for that. We head back, time up, tell you what happened this day in history. Again, a light day today. This day, 2020, Josh Gordon applied for reinstatement again to the NFL. How many times did he apply? 7? Something like that? Something
crazy.
insane. But he eventually did get back in, and now he was in the UFL, and he was at David Njoku's softball game and all that kind of stuff. Biggest what could have been in Cleveland. I'm telling you, like Grady Sizemore, yeah, sure. Josh Gordon was built to play receiver in the NFL, and he was the elite of all elite. He was unguardable. And unfortunately, the drugs, man. And again, I know weed's legal now, all that kind of stuff, but it is what it is. Speaking of the elite, this day, 2000, Tiger Woods won his first U.S. Open at Pebble Beach. He won by a record 15 shots over Ernie Els and Miguel Angel Jimenez. They go to the 2000 U.S. Open. Tiger shot 12 over. 12 under. Miguel Angel Jimenez and Ernie Els shot 3 over.
That's insane.
12 under, and nobody else was even under par.
Good God.
He went 65, 69, 71, 67 to win by 15 shots. This day, 2000.
That's unbelievable.
It's insane. This day, 1983, Sally Ride becomes the first ever woman in space as she's part of Challenger 2 to go on up. I have no interest. I ain't going to the bottom of the ocean either. I don't want to go up nor down. Neither one, but congratulations to her. We, of course, share Burt. It's the International Women's Air and Space Museum. This day, 1973, the NCAA announced that they would begin urine testing all their athletes. Probably a good idea. What steroids were you doing in the 70s? Like in the 60s? I'm sure they were there, but, do you think some people maintain that's the only way for things to be completely legit is if you let everybody do all the steroids they want? Nah, not the way. This day, 1960, also golf. Arnold Palmer won the U.S. Open, his first and only U.S. Open. And he set a record by overcoming a 7-shot deficit on Sunday to beat Jack Nicklaus by 2 shots. Very happy birthday goes out to George Mallory, climber, and the first one to summit Everest. George Mikan, Lou Brock, Bruce Smith, Sandy Alomar Jr., Jeff Saturday, Antonio Gates, Evan Mobley, Paul McCartney, and Blake Shelton, all with birthdays today. Only one movie for you today. Movie that came out this day, 2004. And it launched an interest into a very niche sport.
Very niche sport.
Very niche sport. After this movie came out, there were tournaments. There were professional ranks.
Oh, is this the ping pong one?
No.
Like, how niche are we talking?
You've played it before. We've all played it. But this launched it maybe into like a professional realm. You see it on a little thing that ESPN does once a year.
Like cornhole?
Kind of. What channel does ESPN create once a year? And they put cornhole on there. They put lawnmower racing on there.
Is it poker?
No. Do you know the channel I'm talking about?
I don't think so.
Well, if I say it, they get it directly from this movie. I could tell you in 2 seconds you'd get it, but I don't want to lay this up for you. It's a very niche sport that we all played probably growing up in gym class.
Dodgeball.
Correct. The ESPN 8, the Ocho, they do that once a year, and they put, ping pong and dodgeball and all that other kind of stuff. Dodgeball. White Goodman and Peter LaFleur.
Great movie.
Good flick. Very good flick this day, 2004, so there you go. All right, we head back over to CBS Sports and Pete Prisco. So he did his list of the top 100 players of 2024. So actually, this is going into this season coming up. His top 100 players for this season.
Is this NFL?
Yes.
Can I guess?
Sure, I want you to guess. So he said filling out the top 5 was the top 25 was a bit of a challenge this year. There isn't the usual star-studded top 20. Although that can change with the emergence of C.J. Stroud and other second and third year players. This list is based on Pete's evaluations as well as some conversation with league personnel, though mostly it is his list. And he finishes by saying, get mad at me, tell me the omissions, but these are my top 25 players going into this season. Ryan started out number 1.
Gotta be Patty.
Patrick Mahomes stays at number 1. He was his number 1 last year. He's his number 1 this year. Player number 2.
Okay, so is it a quarterback? I feel like
no.
Okay, that's what I needed to know. I don't think he put Miles, although I would say it's honestly Miles.
Pete Prisco put Myles Garrett, number 2.
This guy knows ball.
Some people get on Pete. I do like Pete Prisco. But there are people on Twitter that hate Pete Prisco.
This guy knows ball.
He jumped from 5 to 2. For the Cleveland Browns, Myles Garrett, number 2. He writes, he won the NFL Defensive Player of the Year and leading the league in pressures. He's one of those special defensive players who has to be accounted for on every single play. Jumps from 5 to 2. Number 3.
So, okay, can you just tell me if it's a quarterback or not?
There's no more quarterbacks in the top 5.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes 1, Myles Garrett 2.
Number 3, is it Jettas?
No.
Is it Christian McCaffrey?
Nope.
Is it another defensive player?
Nope.
Really?
It's an offensive player who's not a wide receiver or a quarterback. And it sure as hell ain't a running back.
So it's like a lineman.
Trent Williams.
All
Trent
right.
Williams.
All right.
Best left tackle in the game. Number 4.
I feel like I need a position.
Wide receiver.
Then it's got to be Jettas.
Nope.
No?
No.
Jamar?
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
TJ Watt, 5. The next quarterback on Pete Prisco. So again, his top 100 players. Patrick Mahomes is 1. His second quarterback is number 6. Who is it?
I said Pete knows ball, so did he put Josh Allen?
Josh Allen is 6. Justin Jefferson, 7. Christian McCaffrey, 8. Micah Parsons, 9. Nick Bosa is 10 for his top 10 players. Let's run through the rest of the Browns on this list. So Myles Garrett is number 2. Dude, that's it. Honorable mention. David Njoku, Joel Bitonio, Amari Cooper, and Denzel Ward. That's it. Hang on. I got to find the other corners on this list. Wait a minute now. My ass. He has Trey McBride in the top 100, but doesn't have Denzel Ward.
That is kind of crazy.
Devin Witherspoon, who's good, is 74. Jair Alexander is 64. Charvarius Ward is 60. Jalen Ramsey, 43. Jalen Johnson, 34. Pat Surtain is 25. Sauce Gardner, 12. And that's it. You didn't put Denzel. Come on, man.
I would take him over a handful of those guys.
Oh, I don't like that. Where'd he put Lamar? I'm interested. Lamar Jackson is 16. Joe Burrow's 15. Lamar Jackson, 16. Of course, Deshaun Watson, not anywhere on this list. No. Come on, man. So I give him credit for putting Myles at 2. Like, that's awesome. You don't put Denzel Ward in the top 100. That's a miss. That's a miss. Just picking through here. Chris Jones, 14. Travis Kelce, 18. Aaron Rodgers, 20. CeeDee Lamb, 21. Tristan Wirfs is 24. You want to just run through the quarterbacks?
Yeah.
All right, Mahomes is 1. Josh Allen is 6. Joe Burrow, 15. Lamar, 16. Aaron Rodgers, 20. CJ Stroud, 38. Justin Herbert, 41. Dak Prescott, 49. Jalen Hurts, 53. Trevor Lawrence, 62. Tua, 65. Jared Goff, 76. Brock Purdy, 85. Jordan Love, 87. Kirk Cousins, 98. Honorable mention, Matt Stafford, and that's it. That's it. Did I miss Dak Prescott?
No, you said Dak.
Did I say Dak?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. So I'm trying to think glaring omissions on the quarterbacks. I don't think that's it. So would you say, I mean, you wanted to say Myles at 2, so like that's something to be said. Myles is the second best player going into the league. And then again, Watt at 5, Micah Parsons 9, and Nick Bosa at 10. 4 pass rushers in the top 10. Here's how it breaks down. In the top 10, 2 quarterbacks, 4 pass rushers, 2 wide receivers, an offensive tackle, and a running back. That's your top 10 as that breaks down. I think that's pretty interesting. And by the way, last year he had Josh Allen at 2. So he drops him down to 6. So that's where Myles kind of slides up to take there too. So that's Pete Prisco's list. All right, I want to jump back to check our Twitter questions this morning. Announcement out of the Browns. They're going to induct Phil Dawson into their 2024 class of legends.
Saw that. Well deserved.
Well deserved. Phil's the man. Phil's the man. Well, I mean, I would say overdue because they got to have somebody for every year to do it, but I'm happy. Good for Phil. Good for Phil. For a long time, the longest tenured Cleveland Browns. So congratulations to Phil. Back to our Twitter question. I want to bring those up. So number one, we asked everybody, are you excited? Are you going to watch? Are you interested for the Browns to be on Hard Knocks? Ryan, your vote or the votes on that, please.
Leading the way, 48% indifferent, 32% excited, 20% hate.
I hate it, man. I hate it. You know where it's at. And that's, dude, I'm not going to watch it. And especially if I got to split time with other teams, I'm not interested in that at all. Next up, and this is the one that is the runaway, which I think is hilarious and right. Do you think this was a good NBA playoff season?
90-10, absolutely not.
Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Speaking of horrible, did you see Landon Donovan's hair?
Yes. What was
Holy
that?
God. Can you pull up a picture for everybody?
Yeah.
Dude. What is... Oh, my God. So pull this up. So Landon Donovan, as they're getting ready to go, do they not have, like, friendlies going on everywhere? And he's obviously a pretty, like, you know...
Was that a joke?
I think he... So supposedly... Somebody had a text, and they said, check your Twitter ASAP and probably fire your barber. He had a hair transplant procedure 2 weeks ago, and I was told that I wouldn't show up on camera. So, like, you can't wear a hat with those things. Why did you think you weren't going to be on camera?
Yeah. That is embarrassing.
It's so bad. And I'm assuming they cut the back. Like, you see that back? It's like a V on the back of his hair. And I'm assuming they use that to transplant to the front or something.
That's really embarrassing.
That poor guy, man. That sucks.
It's a legend, too.
Landon Donovan? In what regards? Like soccer legend, I guess. You know,
USA?
Joe Buck is open about his hair. He almost died in a hair transplant
I didn't
surgery.
know he had hair transplant.
Oh yeah, Joe Buck. Like he'll post videos of him getting his preseason hair transplant done, his hair plugs done. Joe Buck makes no bones about that. And I get it if you're on TV and you're not, lucky enough to have the nice hair and all that kind of stuff, whatever. Bro, that's so bad. That is so bad for me.
I hope I never go bald. I'd be sick.
I don't think I'm going to. Like, this is just my part. Like, right here. I'm really thick back here, which is great. But I hope not either. But we'll find out one day. All right, let's get to it. We got to fill this bracket out. We're going to do it live on the air. You ready to go? Best golf course in Northeast Ohio. Have you filled anything in yet?
I don't know anything about any of the golf courses.
So I'm going to do this. I'm going to pull up a list. And we'll take, again, I want everybody to send their suggestions in so we can get it. All right, Sleepy Hollow has to be a number 1 seed. Okay, we got to put that in. I think Little Mountain's got to be a number 1 seed too. And again, what's that?
Little Mountain.
Little Mountain. It's Jimmy's place. We'll be there in August.
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will. Manakiki should probably be a number 1.
Yeah, you're gonna have to spell that.
Manakiki. Manakiki. Great course. Yes. And then do you want to do Fowler's Mill?
I don't know anything about these places.
Okay, Fowler's Mill. Fowler's Mill. Put that in there. Okay?
All right, now this is the week where you get shit for the seating.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I'm just going to do this.
Fowler's Mill?
Fowler's Mill. I'm just going to rapid fire, put them wherever you want. Actually, make these all the 2 seeds, and then I'll give you all the 3 seeds, then I'll give you all the 4 seeds. Okay, you ready? 2 seeds. Shale Creek has to be one.
Shale?
Shale, like S-H-A-L-E. Shale Creek. Love that place in Medina.
Okay.
Their sister course is the Quarry, so put that somewhere else.
How do you spell it?
Just the Quarry. Q-U-A-R-R-Y. We got some love for Greyhawk. Put that there. And then also put Valley of the Eagles.
How did they spell gray? E-Y or
A-Y? E-Y. E-Y. E-Y.
And then what was it?
Then was the other one. What did I say? The Quarry. Valley of the Eagles. Put Valley of the Eagles somewhere. That's good. Do Pine Hills for me, but don't put them in Group 1. Do Pine Hills somewhere else. Okay?
Okay.
Put Windmill Lakes somewhere. Windmill, just like a windmill. Windmill Lakes. Can you put Chippewa? Actually, somebody tweeted me about Chippewa, which is a great one. Just C-I-C-H-I-P-P.
EWA?
EWA, yes. EWA. Sorry, I want to scroll through and get some of my mentions here. Corey, Legends of Massillon. Throw that somewhere. Sleepy Hollow, we got. Greyhawk, we got. Oh, did we put Boulder Creek anywhere? Sorry, put Legends of Massillon here. You got that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Put Boulder Creek somewhere. If you've got a 3 seed open, put it there.
I don't.
Okay, Boulder Creek's fine. Just throw it in there somewhere. You got to throw Big Met in somewhere.
Is it B-O-U-L? Or
B-O-U-L-D-E-R. Boulder Creek. Throw that in there. Got to throw Big Met in there. That's my father-in-law. He plays there often.
Big Met?
Big Met. Big Met. Got a lot of responses for our Twitter giveaway. That's what I'm going through. Big Met, Punderson, Highland Blue. Oh, I do like.
Only 2 more.
All right, 2 more.
Let me check the YouTube.
Check the YouTube comments quick. Valley Eagle, Shawnee Hills is a good one. What?
Tom said shaving head is best option when you start losing hair. Best decision I ever made.
Yeah, no, and I know there's a lot of people that say that.
No, you have to just rip it.
But that's what I'm saying with Landon Donovan. Like, okay, I'll tell you this. Like, of people in my life that have just eventually, I look at them and I just go, they would look weird with hair. You know what I mean? Like Landon Donovan, if you just shaved it, there are some people that can pull off the bald look and it looks just fine. Landon Donovan gotta let it go.
Charles says Sugar Bush, Boulder Creek.
Boulder Creek's in.
Yankee Run Reserve are the nicest.
Okay. Throw one of those in there.
I'll put Sugar Bush in there.
Sugar Bush, okay. And then we need what? One more? We could do Sweetbriar. I'm trying to think all the public tracks that I play.
Raccoon Hill.
I played Raccoon Hill. That's a good place. It's a really good place.
Should I put that in?
All right, no, wait. So this is Northern Ohio Golf, the Northern Ohio PGA, and this was their best courses in 2021. See if we miss any. Sleepy Hollow, Boulder Creek, Fowler's Mill, Manakiki, Little Mountain, The Quarry, Pine Hills, Chippewa, Avalon Lakes. I played Avalon Lakes. Very nice. Windmill Lakes,
So do I
Stone.
need to put that in?
Which one?
Avalon?
We could put Avalon Lakes in there if you
What do I
want.
take out?
Oh, we already have it all?
We have 16.
Oh, good. All right, then be done with it. We're good. Good Park, Seven Hills, Valley of the Eagles, Eagle Nest, Turkey Foot, Brook Ledge, which is really nice, Madison Country Club. These are the other ones that received votes. Big Met. Oh, my God, I love Bunker Hill. We should have put Bunker Hill in there. Damn it. Fox Den, which is nice. Legends of Massillon made it. Punderson got votes. Rowiga is a nice little track over there. St. Denis, I used to play a lot. Sugar Bush is on here. Tanglewood, been there before. Yankee Run is on there. All right, I think we got a solid list there. I think we got a really solid list. So, again, follow at Matt Fontana Show. We'll send out the first 2 tonight. But then again, check it out and vote there. Folks, we want to remind you of our giveaway. We have a Big Play merch package that we're going to give away. The Quan t-shirt is in there. Some other t-shirts. All you got to do, go follow us on X and retweet our tweets. Can we pin that? I know we pinned the show, though. Maybe we pin it after the show. We'll see. Retweet it. All you got to do is reply with your favorite NFL player of all time, and you're entered to win. We'll announce our winner on Friday. So go ahead and vote. Not even vote. Just enter that. At Matt Fontana Show. Drops a follow there. I'm at Matt Fontana 83. Ryan is at Ryan Tyler 33. All right, Ryan, tonight, Guards, Mariners. Yeah, let's go. I need Fry in the lineup, man. I hope he's now become an everyday guy to get him to the All-Star game. What's the only knock on David Fry? He doesn't have enough at bat. Vote, play him. Play him. He plays 7 different positions. Just put him in there, okay? Fry home run, which he's due. McKenzie strikeouts. Guardians minus the run have a healthy plus 2,500 and some change.
2,700.
Woo! Code Fontana 150. New customers, deposit and bet. Just deposit $150 with code Fontana 150. You will get 2 $75 protected bets. Here's the thing. Would you not take a protected bet and do it on something like this to really catch? Because if you lose it, you get the bet back. You get $75 protected bet back. Just go Guards minus the run and a half. Do what you want. Terms and conditions apply. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. And it is for new customers only. Getting going today. Guards, Mariners. Here's where we're at. Guards on the money line minus 120. Total is set at 8.5. You ready to go? Here we are. Under has gone 5 out of the last 6 games for Seattle. Seattle 7-1 straight up in their last 8 games, including an impressive 6-1 straight up in their last 7 games at Progressive Field. But Cleveland not also playing Mariners well. Cleveland's only take that around. Seattle is only 3-6 straight up in their last 9 games against the Guardians. Flip it over for Cleveland. Under has hit 4 out of their last 5 games, but 5 out of their last 7 against Seattle. Cleveland is 10-2 straight up in their last 12 games at home. And again, Guardians 1-6 straight up their last 7 games at home against Seattle. Let's get your pitchers on this. Last 3 starts, Bryce Miller. He has given up, here's the crazy thing. He's given up 7 runs in his last 3 starts, and all of them came in 1 game. He gave up no runs in 7 innings against the White Sox, gave up 7 in 5 innings against the Royals, 6 innings of shutout baseball against the Angels. 2 straight no decisions and a win. Here's the other thing to watch. Strikeouts. In his last 3 starts, he's got 18 strikeouts amongst those 3. So maybe you like the strikeouts in this one. Talking about Bryce Miller. His last 3 starts, 7, 3 starts, ERA, a little under the 3 there. You flip it over to Tristan McKenzie. His last 3 starts, a win and 2 no decisions. He's given up a combined 11 runs in his last 3 starts, an average of 5. You want something too, like you want a trend for this. Tristan McKenzie, his last 3 starts, he's only pitched 5 innings in each 3 of those. So he's made it to the 5th inning. I don't know, is he due to go over that? We'll see. Guardians have won all 3 of those. You want to combine between these two pitchers. In their last combined 6 starts, the over has hit 4 out of those 6 games.
All right.
Maybe you like the over? Maybe. Last 10 games between the Mariners and the Guardians, they've averaged 7.7 runs combined. The over-under is 8.5. This season, Seattle's averaging 3.8 runs per game. The Guardians averaging near 5. Huh. You know what I also like? The Guardians, you take them to have the most hits in the game. Because the Guardians are just killing them on hits, too. Guardians average almost 8 hits a game. Mariners down below 7. Take the Guardians. I'm going to take a minus the run line here. I'll take a minus a run and a half. But if I had to pick, I think I kind of like the over in this game, too. So we'll see. Because, again, McKenzie on the hill. We like him on the strikeouts. Get it done. Avoid the long ball. And no more walks, please. Go ahead.
Who are you voting for?
Sleepy Hollow.
I need your advice because I don't really know who to vote for.
Okay, damn, man. So here's what I'll tell you. Who's in Group 1 again? Sleepy Hollow, Shale Creek.
Windmill Lakes and Boulder Creek.
Ooh. Can you vote Shale Creek for me, and I'll vote Sleepy Hollow? I can't pick between those two.
I'll do that.
Sleepy Hollow is the first course I ever went to as a kid. My dad got my golf lessons with my brother there, so that is a great track. Shale Creek holds a special place in my heart, just where I was at my prior stop. We did a lot of business with them. I golfed there a lot, so I love Shale. I know Shale Creek like back in my hand.
And then Group 2, Little Mountain, The Quarry, Pine Hills, and Big Met.
I can't pick, man. I would say Little Mountain, but Big Met, again, right out my back door pretty much. Like, I play there a lot, too. So, vote as you see fit. There's no bad. Like, really, it is hard. All of these are really close.
People are going to fight over this.
Well, it's a little personal taste, too. And also, I will tell you, there are courses that I shoot poorly at that I say I never go back to, like, I don't like, and it doesn't mean it's a reflection on the course. I played like ass that day. What do you want me to do? But the Quarry will always have a special place in my heart. My best round ever, I shot an 80. I went 39-41.
Nice.
But I've never broken 80. I've shot 80.
I don't think I've ever broken 100.
I'll get you helped out a little bit. We got a lot of golfers here. Drennan.
I know.
Dave's a big golfer.
Oh, I'd be terrified to golf with Drennan.
Why?
I'm just so bad. It'd be like,
oh no, he's fine. He gets it. Like I've been in outings with Drennan before too. He gets it. He's fine. No, he's all right. And especially like he would look. This is why he always likes playing with me. I can bomb it off the tee, and I think I figured out a little. I had a swing glitch. Because I hadn't played. I tore my arm out.
Swing glitch.
I did. I had a little swing problem. And I'm not kidding. Like, video your swing. If you videoed yourself swinging right and brought it to me or Drennan, we could help you quickly on that. Because I used to take lessons at Golf Tech. Really, dude, no joke, man. They really help. They really do. And so anyway, I was talking about Drennan. What he would like if you were in a scramble with him, he just needs somebody to get off the tee for him. He's good from everything else, and I say this with the most respectful way because it's my dad too. They're old guy golfers, right? They're not hitting a 300 anymore, but they're good around the greens. They're good at putting. They're good and get you in they're the safe shot. When you're in the scramble, usually you let them go first to just put one out there, and then I stand up and I try to Bryson DeChambeau.
Golf now.
Oh, I want to go. I can't wait. I've been out once this year, which was great. I think we have we can't. That text we got yesterday, buddy. Were you on that thread? About yeah. Can't announce that yet, but we'll be there. They have a media day. Usually a week to go play it. So we got to get signed up for that. All right, great stuff tonight. Got the return with Josh Maria Cribbs. Don't forget about Into the Jungle with James Rapine, Andrew Fox Miller talking to the Bengals. And we'll be back tomorrow. Ryan, I didn't ask you yesterday. I'll ask you again today.
No
head coach for the Cleveland Cavaliers tomorrow. That's what you think. Are you putting the reverse Maloik on it, maybe?
No, I actually don't think so.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's get to it tomorrow. We'll talk to you on a Wednesday edition. For Ryan Tyler, I'm Matt Fontana. As always, take it easy.